Hey my friends, what's going on? It's your boy Kater on a beautiful day, my friends. So pound that for watching this video. So in this video, guys, today I want to talk about what is life without a job, right? A couple of people ask me this question and they say, Kater, what is life like, without a job? Since I have been working a job for the last 6 years now, it's been 6 years since I worked a job, and I decided, hey, let me make a video, talk about how I feel and how would you feel if you're living life without a job. A lot of people think that a job is the only way to live life because that's what's been taught to them as they've gone through the process. But a lot of people kind of fantasize with the mindset, play with the idea, I wonder what my life would look like if I didn't have to go to work today, or even on the day off. How would they process that information to be like that every single day of your life? That's been my life for the last 6 years, and the reason why I stopped working my job was because I discovered the secret that I'm going to share with you. So inside of this video, I'm going to share with you 10 secrets that you'll discover once life doesn't have a job anymore. How would your life look like? I'll share with you some of my experience, and you can kind of have an expectation of what's to come if that becomes your case. Alright, so first thing that I realized,
hard, right? You go hard or you go home. You know what's gonna happen for yourself, guys. I can tell you, you can change your life.
Once I didn't have a job anymore, I got my time back. Right? Time is the most important assets you have, because here's the thing, you must realize anything else in your life is replaceable. You can replace a house if you lose one, you can replace a car, whatever the case is, but time, you can never get time back. Once it's gone, it's gone. That's the only asset that nobody can make more of, because you can make more of your time. So when you realize that you don't have a job now, you get your time back. So every single day, like this video that I'm making this morning, I wake up and I say, hey, let's shoot a video today. Let's make a video. So I kind of dictate my day because I have the time to do that. If I want to go spend some time with my kids, it's very crucial, specifically on these things that matters to you. It's very crucial that you have the time for you to do what you got to do, what you want to do with your day versus it being controlled, right? Versus it being controlled. So the first thing, you got your time back. Now you have your time to do whenever. You eat whenever you want. I remember when I was working a job, my boss would say, hey, this is the time you're going to go on lunch. This is how long you're going to spend. Now, if I want to spend hours eating and go through the food and taste everything, I can do that because I have my time back. If I have my time, if I need to be there with my kids, I have my time back because I can do that. So the first thing you're going to realize is that you're going to have your time back, and now you have a whole day to fill up with whatever you desire, whatever you want to do for that day, because you control that, okay? The second thing that's going to happen when you live a life without a job is that you become self-sufficient. What's going to happen with a lot of people is that as you start getting that paycheck, you become self-reliant. So you're not self-sufficient anymore. Now, when you have your time back, you start living life without a job, you're going to become self-sufficient because you have to provide for your own self. You're not waiting for someone else to write the paycheck. At the end of the week, you decide how much you want that thing to be. And if you don't like the results, you don't like how much it is, you don't have to wait for a raise. You don't have to wait for someone else to say, hey, I ain't this to you. You decide, what am I going to do to actually give myself a raise? Am I going to work smarter? Am I going to work harder? What am I going to do? So that's going to get you into step 3. The third secret that I want to share with you is that you start tapping it into your creative self. The creative self is so amazing because here's the thing. When you have the creative self, you have what's called God-like power. See, we are born and created in the image of God. Why? How? Not the way we look, naturally speaking, because everybody looks different. If you look at yourself that's watching this video, you look at me, we might look different. You might be a male, I'm a female. There's so many differences. You might be a darker skin or fairer skin or lighter skin than me. So we are all different on the outside appearance. But how are we alike if we supposed to look like similar to God, right? Is the creative mindset is that no animal cannot create something amazing. Like around me right now, everything that's been created It's either being created by God, like water. Man cannot make water. Trees, right? We find them, we plant them, but the house, the stuff that we create, it's all being created by man. Everything else that looks amazing, it's all being created by man or God. So that's why you have the God-like power, because no animal will find a setting that they don't like and say, hey, let me create a house. It's not going to happen. They're just going to live in whatever that they find. See, man has the power that is God-like to create something amazing, which is the creative self. That's what you have that makes us look like him. But yet, a lot of people never even got in touch with their creative selves because they spent their whole life never created anything, right? They spend their whole life, being dependent. Instead of being self-dependent, being dependent, and they never get into that creative mindset. So when I have my life back, my time back, I started to tap into my creative self. What can I do better? How can I grow myself? What can I do with myself? What are the things that I can learn? Okay, that's gonna be the third thing you're gonna start realizing once you start living life without a job. Number 4, the fourth secret, you're gonna start dictating your life, which is amazing. When you work a 9 to 5, when I work a 9 to 5, I have one person dictating about 80% of my day. 80% of my day. So you work about 8 hours, 80% of your day. You go somewhere to tell you what you got to do, when you got to eat, what you got to eat, what you got to wear in some places, how you got to be, and how you have to conform yourself. Now, don't get me wrong. I started out with a job. Now, I think one of the easiest way for you to make income in the short term is a job, because a lot of the time there's not much skill set required if you start with a job, but they're going to teach you what's required for you to get started there. So you go there, you do the same thing repetitively, but in the long term is the hardest way. Remember what I said, the short term, a job is the easiest way to start creating income, but the long term is the hardest way, because in this video I'm going to introduce something to you that is totally different than what a job can provide you. Okay, so you're going to be able to start dictating your life. What I realize is that every single day I wake up and say, hey, this is what I want to do. This is where I really want to go for vacation. Now let's go to work and create the income, whatever that's required for me to go to vacation. This is where I want to send my school. So I start dictating. You start having power over your life because you have power over your time. Now, if you work a regular job, you want to go on vacation, what I hear a lot of people say is that, hey, I have time saved. So if you really want to take a month off to really go on a vacation, you literally have to save time throughout the years. So, and the thing with time, why do I have to save time? You can't save time because time elapses, it passes. So a lot of the time I ask my friends, hey, let's go on a vacation for like 2 weeks. Let's go on a cruise. Or they say, oh man, I don't have much time in my job left. I have to save time and it's going to take me years to do that. And you don't really technically save time, because the time will go by regardless of what you do. It's because you're not really dictating your life. So therefore, there's certain things you cannot do them in your life because you are not in control of all of it. You might be in control of part of it, part of your day, but the fact that the job comes in, it'll start dictating many things that will happen in your life, many factors. Number 5, right? Secret number 5, which is so exciting for me, is to be able to write your own paycheck. When you don't have a job now, you don't have someone responsible to write the check at the end of the week, you write your own paycheck. You decide what you want to put on it. When I started working on my mindset, and I started reading Think and Grow Rich, different books that allow me, now that I have my time back, I started getting into developing myself, reading, how can I grow, how can I get to the next level. And I read a book, Think and Grow Rich. A lot of entrepreneurs read that book, and there's one other part in the book where it talks about, write your own paycheck. So the idea sounding crazy, right? It will sound crazy to you, but try it. Write yourself a check. This is the amount that you want. Preferably in the millions, because you are worth millions. You have to develop yourself to get there. And then once you write that check, keep seeing it every single day. Keep working every single day, because, faith without works is dead, right? Writing a check is all faith. You believe that it's going to happen. You believe you're going to increase your skill set to get to that level. That's faith, right? But for it to happen, you have to work. So faith without works doesn't work. A lot of people believe in the law of attraction, but the law of attraction without your work, without you daily principle, without having a blueprint, will not work. So therefore, you need to understand how this stuff works together. Write your own paycheck. So that's the long-term transition. But in a short term, on a day-to-day, on a weekly basis, you write how much you want to make. You go to work every single day to make that stuff happen, because now you are becoming self-sufficient. You know, you providing for your own self. It's not for someone else to decide how much is your raise. Here's one thing that would kill a lot of people. You work so much, you know, throughout the whole year, and then now at the end of the year, right, they called you in, your boss called you in, you sit down in a meeting, and they say, okay, we're gonna give you a 50-cent raise, a dollar raise, after the company has made so much money based on the service that you provide. But you, my friends, you don't get most of it. The company get the most of it, right? You get a little raise for $1, which you have to behave, you have to conform yourself, you have to do a good job throughout the whole year in order for you to get that raise, which a lot of people get excited about writing your whole paycheck and decided, man, I want it to be double, I want it so much more. See, a job, you wait for someone else to do that for you. When I became an entrepreneur, every year my value started to increase, so therefore is my income. So when you start getting into the life without a job, you can start increasing your lifestyle every year. You change your mind every year, your business every year. So what's gonna happen? Your business will start develop. Number six, life without a job. Now what I started realizing, I started developing new ideas. When you stick out a job every single day, it's hard for you to even think of new ideas or even implement, because you wake up in the morning, the first thing you're thinking about, oh my God, I gotta get to work. You go inside of the kitchen, you wrap a little bit of sandwich together. Oh man, you're looking at the time. You jump into the shower. Oh my God, like, you know, time is pressed. And then you gotta deal with traffic. Traffic is the worst, right? You gotta get into traffic now. It's taking you 1 hour to get to your job. That would take you 10 minutes because of traffic, because it gets crazy in the morning. Everybody's going to school, new activity. Everybody else, 95% of the population is trying to rush hours, trying to get to the job. So therefore, you don't even have time to think anymore, let alone developing a new idea, let alone even testing a new idea. So when you have a job now, you have your free time, you start thinking, okay, this can actually make a difference. What kind of solution could I provide to this problem that's going to help the world? And now your ideas, now you start having the time to go out and test them. You start developing new ideas. You start seeing life in a whole different way. And my friend, when you get to that level without a job, it really open up your mind, open up your eyes to see what can you do next. Okay, secret number seven, you're able now to test new skill set. Because if you have an idea, in order for it to be practical, right, it has to be tested. You know, in order for the world to enjoy it, or for other people to actually pay for it, it has to be tested, and other people has to see results with it. Then first, you have to be the one who tests your ideas to see if they work. So having your time back, life without a job, now you have time to go out there and test things, you know, test your new ideas. You know, if you have an idea for you to write a new book, you go out there, you start testing it and see. You write the first one, maybe it wasn't a bestseller, you write the second one, because you have the time. You have the time now to test a new business. You start this online business into dropshipping, e-commerce, it doesn't work. You start this affiliate business, you start testing things. Now you're testing your ideas before they can fully take wings and start going to the next level. Okay, number 8, when you don't have a job, you give your time to what's important to you now. Okay, so if you have 8 hours of your day, which is carve out the best hours of your day when you wake up till like 4 or 5 o'clock. Most people work 9 to 5. So if you have the best time of your day, what can you do in that time frame? If you have the best time of your day, now what you could do, you can wake up in the morning and say, hey, you know what, I'm gonna cook my own meal today. You know, I'm going to eat healthier. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to spend some time at the gym working out. I'm going to spend time, you know, working on my health. I'm going to spend time with my family. You spend time with things that matters to you. I'm going to spend time increasing my business. I'm going to spend time learning new skill set so that I can develop into building a full business, because now everything starts sinking in. You become self-sufficient. You get into your creative selves. You get your time back. So now you can start, you know, thinking on what can I do to increase myself? What is important to me now? What do I need to give my time to? When you have the time back now, if you tap into your creative self, you're not just going to be taking in information or watching TV, because that's passive. You want to tap into the creative self, because life without a job provides the income, right? So you need to be able to focus on income producing activities, right? Because now if you have a life without a job, you still have to be able to provide for yourself. So now that's where the skill set becomes very necessary for you to do these things, okay? The next thing is that once you have life without a job, you understand the power of this keyword that I talked about earlier, I mentioned leverage. The key word is leverage. You'll understand the power of leverage. You'll understand how to do work one time and get paid over and over and over again. Like right now, as I'm making these videos, guys, I'm making money. I'm getting paid. The simple fact that jobs makes you think that you only get paid when you work per hour is totally, it will become crazy to you, because now you realize, oh my God, there's this thing what's called leverage. You can leverage, you know, products, you can leverage services, you can leverage videos, there's so much things in the world that allow you to leverage them in order for you to make income while you sleep. You know, you have what's called passive income, and it's the best type of income that you get. You know, number 10, you get paid for the value, not the time. That's the 10 secret that you're gonna realize once you start living life jobless. You get paid for the value you bring to the marketplace, because now you're not getting paid per time anymore. Most jobs will pay you according to the time that you put in. If you get paid $10 an hour, this is how much you're gonna get paid in the week or in the day. But now you're getting paid for the value. What is your product? How much value is it bringing to the marketplace? How many lives is it changing? Is it something that is solving a problem? You know, does this thing bring a solution? Now, the more value you can bring, the more that your income will start increasing. And now your life without a job will get to a whole next level. Now you start having clearer thinking, because you're not just thinking of, I'm working just for me to create income, but now there's much purpose behind what you do. Because a lot of the time, purpose is out of the picture when you start working a job. Because most of you that's watching this video that works a job, for the most part, most people that works a job, it's usually something that they came in and say, hey, we have a job over here, go apply. Or they put application made different places. It's never really what they intended or what they created. So therefore, it's always, oh, someone gave it to me. It's always what I found, but it's never created. See, now there's no purpose behind it. It's just like someone who works, if you work at McDonald's, you're doing a cashier at McDonald's. I'm sure if they asked you when you was a kid, what do you want to be when you grow up? What do you intend to do with your life? It was never, oh, I want to work at a cashier at McDonald's. Again, if you don't have the mindset to grow, or if you get so synced into that mindset, you're going to stay there for a long time and maybe move from that job to the next job, to the next job, to the next job, and thinking, oh, okay, I'm going to get a little bit more pay. So you're doing it only for the money, because if you move from a cashier to a manager, now you're getting a little bit of money, and you move on to whatever inside of the company. You're doing it for the pay. But when you start doing job for purpose, now you start creating a lifestyle. When you create a lifestyle without a job, you start doing things now. You start growing, not just for the income. Once you pass the amount of income that you need to sustain your life on a monthly basis, you know, let's say for a lot of people, it's like $2K a month, right? $2K a month, they will get by. If they get to $10K a month, life get comfortable. Now, if they pass $10K, they get to $20K, $50K, $100K. Now they're not even thinking about just the income anymore. They start thinking about the purpose. What's the impact? How's this stuff gonna impact life, and how you start thinking on a bigger scale. But in order for you to get to that level, you have to get to the point where you're living life without a job. You know, some of my friends, when I tell them about passive income, which is the income that I get paid while I'm at the beach, right? The income that I get paid while I travel with my family, while I go out with my kids, while I do other things, while I'm making these videos right now. I'm still getting income passively. Some people think it's weird. Other people say it's complicated. Other people say, man, it's very confusing. You know, and the conversation usually goes like, man, how's this passive income stuff going? I'm like, hell yeah. Are you crazy? This is the best type of income you can create for yourself. Now, getting a job is the easiest type of income because it doesn't require much skill set for the most part to get started. Passive income is the best in the long term. So the conversation usually goes like this, a job is what most people get. And I'm like, okay. And you get paid every week. You get paid every week. You get paid per the hour. But it's like, my question is that, what if I decide to get paid more? And it's like, well, you gotta wait for the end of the year. That's when they actually look at everybody's job and see if you're worth a raise. If someone else has to decide whether I'm worth a raise, which is totally crazy. All right. The next thing, what time do I have to work? Well, you have to work every single day from 8 to 5 or 8 to 9, and the time is already predicted for you. What time do I eat? Well, you get lunch at a certain time and it's 15 to 30 minutes long, and you don't get to decide how long you actually get to stay at lunch, or how long you actually get to enjoy your food, because there's no more such thing as enjoying. So life is totally different. Life is totally different when you work in a job versus when you have a life without a job. Those are the things that I realized, you know, with not having a job for the last 6 years, that has been enabled me to create a lifestyle for myself and my family, and we keep growing every single day. So if you ever wanted to know what it looks like, that's what it looks like. And if you're interested into starting a business for yourself, there's so many different ways. I share so many different information on my YouTube channel for free that you can actually use to start your own business and start creating a lifestyle of freedom. So if you have a job currently right now, I do not recommend just quit your job without having any skill set on how to create income, because the purpose of having a job is to create income, but the purpose of having a lifestyle without a job is to create something that is so much more powerful than just income. It gives you so much more fulfilling. It gives you your time back. It makes you become more self-sufficient. You tap into your creative self. You start dictating where your time, where your days goes. You know, you write your own paycheck. You develop new ideas. You start testing new ideas. You start changing the way that you think, the way you process information. It gives you a whole different mindset. You understand the power of leverage, you know, leverage income. You understand the power of passive income. You know, you start seeing life in a whole different way. And that's what this lifestyle provides for you. But anyway, guys, I wanted to share this video with you. If you receive any value, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. That was your boy Hater. Appreciate you. I'll see you guys on the next video. See you guys later. Pound out.
So pound out for watching this video. Pow!